Hey guys, welcome to Secondhand Speed. I'm Gordon Roblero, and today I'm going to be talking to you about all the things that is wrong with my 91 Toyota MR2 Turbo. Now, the first thing that I discovered with this car was that the engine, unfortunately, was seized. Keyword was. So what happened was I pulled the spark plugs, to check it out, and it had a little bit of drops of water on each spark plug. One didn't, I think. So I'll put a picture there so you can see what I'm talking about. And that wasn't a good sign. It wasn't rusted or anything, but the engine was seized. What I had to do, right, I went down here and I removed the tire on this side so that way I could get a better look of the pulley, the crankshaft pulley. And at first, when I put my 1/2 19 millimeter on the bolt, it would not turn at all, and if it did, it would budge just for a little. Yeah, that was heartbreaking when I first discovered that. It was awful, you know what I mean? But what I did, I pulled out the spark plugs, one by one, and I added a little bit of oil in there, let it lubricate, let it sit, and little by little, surely, little by little, turn by turn, I was able to free that bad boy up. I'm gonna see if I can do it one-handed because this thing's so hard to turn. But yeah, guys, it's freed. Look at that. I can now crank it over completely. Look at that. That's awesome. So I was very happy that I was able to do that. Now I still have an issue where I have to, the other second thing that's bad is the fuel. The fuel is absolutely horrific. There's a fuel tank right underneath there. There's a plug. I'll show you a little mini clip of it draining. That is absolutely disgusting, bro, because I already did this already. Yeah, and a picture of the fuel, because the fuel was absolutely disgusting. It was bad. So those were the two things. The major one was the engine was seized. I was crying in tears because that was very bad. But now I fixed it. It's back. It turns over, which is a very good sign for this car. So the engine is good as far as I seen, right? The other thing was the throttle cable right over here. Is with these MR2s, it runs through here and it goes through this little circular module. I don't know what you even call that, throttle body cable, or I don't know. Let's see if I can get a better shot of it. That circle thing. All right, hit the gas, Daniel. So what was happening, all right, hold it, step on it and hold it. What was happening was it would get stuck. It would stay open, like it was open. So what I had to do, I sprayed some WD-40 on those joints right there, that bolt there, where all over the cracks and crevices is. And then I sprayed some here, especially in that. And guess what? It freed. So let go of it now. So step on it repeatedly. So now it's free. So now I don't have to worry about the car absolutely revving red line on its own when I first start up the car. The oil filter was absolutely disgusting. I already took out I meant air filter. I wasn't talking about the fuel filter. I don't know where that came from, but it's air filter. The box and everything, it was absolutely disgusting. So I have the new part to replace it, so I got that. Other things, obviously, the hoses being 30 years old, these things are way on their way out. They're really cracked, they're brittle, they're very bad, they're terrible. Look at that one right there. Can you see that right there? This hose, just look at that. Yeah, it's bad. It's very bad. It's literally all cracking and everything. That's another thing that's bad. We have a little bit of oil slumps on these on the intake for the turbo, or from the exhaust portion from where it comes from the intercooler. It's dirty there as well. I don't know what that means. This is my first turbo car, first performance vehicle, if you'd call it that, so I have no idea. The air box was filthy. I can't even get this thing out. It was absolutely destroyed. Humidity, because this thing was under the trees, had leaves, everything over there. I'll put pictures so you can see it. If you haven't seen the first video, go check it out. I unfortunately had to break the air box because this nut was seized. I'm gonna have to find a way to get it out of there. I'm not too worried about it because it's, I got the filter and everything, so it ain't bad. The starter, I don't know if it'll be seized again. It was seized, so I'm gonna give you a little bit of hopes and shots right now after I finish talking of this thing turning over, because it now does turn over, which is marvelous. You have no idea how excited I was. Me and my friend were out here, and now that he was here, he was like, he will start the car. We had the battery jump because it was absolutely dead. We killed it. I started beating the poor starter for no reason, and I failed to realize that I had this negative wire disconnected. So I was beating the crap out of this poor starter for no reason. Once I got everything reconnected again, he started trying to start up the engine. Guess what? As the moment I hit this, the engine started cranking over on its own. So we're there, guys. We're almost there. Now I have to take care of the whole fuel stuff and all that system. And this car should be up and running. You know, it just needs, I got the new spark plugs. I got the fuel filter. That's another thing I got to change right down there. The fuel filter is like literally right there. This hose is going to be changed because I don't trust this rubber thing. So that's where it goes. It just lays right on top of there. And I have a nut for it. So I'll do a video on replacing this fuel filter. As you can see why I don't trust it. See where this is where it comes from. See that play? Yeah, I don't know if that is still good or not. I doubt it. That's rubber, so that's gonna have to get changed. This is just 30-year-old car problems at this point. Another, you know, the suspension is awful. Literally, it's like, yeah, it's corroded. Oh, that brings me to my other point. The other thing, for rust, this is not that bad. I live in Maryland, and this guy, you know, was driving it during all the snow and stuff like that. This is like the worst rust of all of the car, in my opinion. I haven't seen any other thing bad. It's just right here, this rust spot on this side. So luckily it has nothing, has not a lot of rust on where it supports the suspensions and all of that, you know what I mean? So it's fairly good. I'm excited, you know. I'll give you a, you know, overshot view of how it looks underneath. That is going to be a pain to get out. I have to get the fuel tank out. I got to clean it. It's got rust. It's terrible. That's another terrible thing about this MR2 that it has going on for it. It looks like, if you can see that rusty cable there, that is your emergency e-brake. That is rusty as rust as can be. And yeah, I'm have to work and play with that and free it up so that way we can have a handbrake. But as far as rust, this is not that bad. I expected the absolute worst when I first came encountered with this car. Like, I was expecting like terrible, and this is not bad. Like, this is nothing compared to others that I've seen. I got a little bit of rust under here, but that's, you know, that's nothing really. I'm not too concerned about that. On this side, we have a gigantic dent. So I'm gonna close the door, Danny. So the guy told me that he had let his friend one time borrow it or use it. The camera focus, and it, you know, he hit something. But I'm not really concerned about that. It doesn't really affect anything besides it's just looks. As you can see, it looks awful, obviously, but you know, that's nothing. You know, I can live with that. The interior, obviously, it just needs a lot of TLC. This stuff right here, you know, the steering wheel is ripping. That, but these are small little things that I'm not worried about. I don't think water's been leaking in here, but I'm gonna have to keep an eye out on it. You know what I mean? But yeah, I mean, this car, literally, look how many miles this thing has. If the camera will focus, look at how many miles it has. Original on the body. Now, the engine is a new engine. The guy claims that he had Toyota install this, so he says that this engine only has 77,000. But you know, that's, yeah, that's what I think. I'm trusting him on this, and the reason I trust him because it's a one owner MR2. I have not had, you know, the title is literally legit. I'll show you a picture of that too. It is a very old title from '91. He bought this with 6 miles on it. But yeah, guys, that is literally it. I don't have any more. I'll keep coming to more discoveries on this MR2. But yeah, she's a beauty. I love this MR2. Can't wait to have it back up and running. Obviously tires are bad and all that other stuff, but yeah, that's a short video just showing you what I have to work with. As you can see, it starts up, you guys, like it turns, you know. That's how excited I am, you know. I really am excited for this MR2. I almost forgot to record this part, but this is like the best part, guys. It's about to start. Next step is dropping the fuel tank, doing all that, fuel pump and all that other stuff. So as always, I hope you liked the video. Like, share, comment, and as always, I look forward to seeing you next video.